Hi guys, today I just wanted to talk about my favorite brushes from e.l.f. because they are extremely affordable and there are some that are just absolutely amazing, total go-tos, and I use them all the time. And I do have a pretty wide range of brushes. I have the cheapest of cheapest, I have some hella expensive ones, and I have some in the middle. So I think it says a lot that I still use the e.l.f. brushes a ton because they are amazing. Or it speaks a lot for the brushes is what I'm trying to say. So let's just go ahead and talk about my favorites. So this first one that I really love is called the blending brush from e.l.f. and it just looks like this. I believe it is $6 and it's extremely soft. Here's what it looks like. It's dense, but it's not too dense. It still has a lot of good movement, and this is amazing for so many things. It's the perfect multitasking brush. You can use it for foundation. I've used it for concealer, for powder, for bronzer, even for blush and highlight. You could use it to wipe away the powder if you were baking. So much you could use it for, so I totally love this, and it's supposed to be a dupe for one of the Sephora Pro brushes. Another brush that I like is the e.l.f. contouring brush, which just looks like this. I don't use it for contouring because it's just very sharp, and it's not like the Eda brush where it has like movement. This is like very dense, so it does not work great for contouring, but it does work really well for picking up translucent powder and going underneath your contour and really baking underneath and cutting that line. It's a great brush for that, and considering it's really inexpensive, it's extra great for that because I mean you don't want to go out and buy like a $20 brush for placing powder underneath your contour to clean it up, you know, because it's a step that's not necessarily always needed. It's extra, and I just think that a cheaper brush would be better for that because it's, like I said, it's not quite as much of an everyday thing for most people. So I think this is great, and it really gets underneath there. So it works really well for that, but I don't like it for contouring. Another brush that I love from e.l.f. is their small stipple brush, and mine is hella dirty because I've had it for a long time. And this works really well for any like cream products. You could use it for like bronzer, contouring, for blush, for highlight. You could also use it for concealer. I've used it for concealer before, and it's just a really nice stippling brush, and I believe it's $3. So again, really great quality, really soft, and gets the job done. The only thing I will say bad about the e.l.f. brushes is that sometimes, see this? Like the glue comes off, and I mean you can just pop it back on, honestly. And it's not about how I wash them because I wash them perfect, and I wash all my brushes the same, and my e.l.f. ones are the only ones that really do that. But yeah, they do pop off. Another brush that I love is the e.l.f. blush brush, which just looks like this. Again, amazing multitasker. I've used it for setting underneath my eyes. I've used it for blush. I've used it for contouring. It actually works really well because it has like a very precise point right there, but then the rest of it kind of blends the contour out. So it's great for that. It's super soft, and again, $3. I also love this angled blush brush, which I use for contouring, for bronzer, for blush. Absolutely love this. Like, you can get a lot of staples in your blush collection from e.l.f. because this is so soft, and it's not too dense, it's not too like wispy or anything. It's perfect amount of bristles and tightness to really get the job done, and it's really good quality, so $3. Another brush that I'm kind of obsessed with is the small tapered brush, and this is kind of harder to find in stores, but you can definitely find it online. So this one I love for setting underneath my eyes, and it works amazing for that. It also works really great for a precise contour, and these ones that I've mentioned so far are all synthetic, so they work really well with cream product too, so you can cream contour this, and it's just an amazing little brush, and it really gets in there, and like it's just the perfect shape for getting underneath your eyes. A brush that I didn't like that much when I first got it, but now I kind of love it, is the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush, and this works really well for concealer if it's clean. So I mean, I could use it like maybe 1 to 2 days in a row, and then I need to clean it because it's not that great for concealer if it gets like really, if it has a lot of concealer in it. I don't know how to describe it, but when it gets to kind of like full, you really need to clean it, and then it will blend your concealer out flawless again. And I wouldn't go in with a heavy hand, just like a really light hand and like really buff in there, and it can really blend it out flawlessly, and it's just really easy for concealer. It's not as high coverage as some brushes might make your concealer, but it's still really nice and leaves a very airbrush type finish. I just have 3 eye brushes to mention, and the first one is like one of my holy grail eye brushes, and I need to like go on e.l.f. and buy more of these because it's only $3 and it's like the best thing ever. So this is the e.l.f. crease brush, which just looks like this. I used this today and it's kind of dirty, but you just can get right into your crease and really precisely place color. It's also amazing for going with a light hand, and you can kind of blend up. You can get underneath your lower lash line, you can get your outer V. You could use this on your inner corner for highlighting, your outer corner for highlighting. You could use it for contouring the nose, for highlighting the nose. This is just an amazing little brush. It gets exactly where you need to be, and it's $3, so I'm so in love with this. This is just one of the best eye brushes, especially considering I have like hooded eyelids, so this really helps me get in there where I need to be, so love it. Another brush that I like, it's not holy grail status because I think it would be better for someone who has a little bit larger eyes than me, but this is the blending brush, and it kind of has like the shape of like a Sigma E25 or so. There's a Sigma E25 compared to it, and as you can see, they have a very similar shape, but the e.l.f. one is just a little bit bigger. So I do prefer the Sigma one just because I have smaller eyes, but the e.l.f. one, if you have a little bit bigger eyes than me, I think that the e.l.f. one will do the same exact job for you, and again, very soft, good bristles, so it's very nice. The last brush I have to mention is only $1, and I will admit that these, the white line that is only $1 is not my favorite, but this brush right here, which is the professional eyeshadow brush, just looks like this. I have so many of these. I have 2 right here on hand. I can't remember where I put my other one, but I just have stocked up on these because they apply eyeshadow really nicely, and they're only $1 each, so I think they're just really nice to have, especially like extras when some of your other brushes are dirty. And you know, you can apply your lid shade, your highlight on your brow bone or your inner corner. You can do a lot with them, so I think that they're really nice. And like I said, these are only $1 each, so you cannot beat that. So those are all my favorite e.l.f. brushes. Hopefully you found something you want because they are amazing. They are great quality and such a good price. So you really can't beat them, and honestly, between e.l.f. brushes, Real Techniques brushes, and EcoTools brushes, I would take any 3 of those brands over Morphe brushes any day, so I really recommend them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.